panicking. Don't panic. No, I am, because I'm going to lose my job.
A stitch up. It was a stitch up.
Shit! When I lose the small side of games, I'm upset. Because that's the fucking standard. When I don't see a team that wants to play in the Champions League. You want to play in the Champions League? Play to play in the Champions League. And the same to you and everybody. And everybody that comes on the bench to contribute, to help. We work so hard to be here, and we give it away. The good thing, we have 45 minutes.
Do you think the best team lost this time?
I think so, yeah. Especially for 160 minutes. I'm saying that, and they are saying that because they just told me that.
Who did the PSG bench?
Yeah.
Mikel Arteta. Oh, boss, that game against Bournemouth was crazy. The last-minute goal, we were nuts. Though some people say every time we win a game, we celebrate like we won the league. We don't over-celebrate, do we, boss?
Oh, no. No, Martin Odegaard. I don't think so.
Eze to Spurs. These filhos da puta tried to gaslight me. These filhos da puta tried to tell me we're going to get Rodrygo. Rodrygo meu cu. Rodrygo meu cu. Eu avisei. I warned you, filhos da puta, we better not be letting Eze go to Spurs. But you know what was the priority? We needed to get Norgard. We needed to go and get Kepa. We needed to go and get Mascara. We needed to go and get Madueke, you stupidos da merda. And I bet any money it's that flipping toupee wearing looking filo da puta getting his fucking hair gel and his flipping hair dye from flipping super drug. Mikel Arteta, that Spanish looking Enrique Iglesias looking pussy. I bet you any money it's that lying, cheating, stealing Eddie Guerrero, Chavo Guerrero, filo da puta that allowed this bullshit to happen. You know what, yeah? Suck your mum. I'm tired of this filo da puta. I'm tired of this guy being at this club. I'm tired of us prioritizing players that are going to take us nowhere. Eze walks into this team. What is the excuse? Mas qual é a desculpa? Qual é a desculpa? We are allowing Spurs to strengthen in a position that we need to strengthen. Mas que estúpidos da merda é que estão a tomar essa decisão? Que estúpidos da merda? Hã? Abre o olho, filho da puta. Abre o olho. Abre esse olho, estúpido da merda. Nothing is changing. These maricas da merda told me, oh, we just need a striker. Just get one striker. Cala a boca, estúpido panleiro. Estúpido da merda. It's not enough. I told you it's not enough. We can't create anything for Gyökeres. Our number 10's going hiding. Look at the performance. Look at the Bulgaria performance that he put against Man United. And then this is what we get. After that bullcrap performance, after getting cooked all pre-season, this is the merda that we got to see, yeah? This is the merda that we got to see. The whole fan base, I don't care if you're Arteta in or Arteta out, everybody knew we wanted Eze. What did this fan base, what did this club do? Oh, what was the lie that they told us? What was the lie that these Filish Taputa told us? Oh, it doesn't matter. The Madueke deal will not hinder us getting Eze. Really? Really? So why is it being reported that Eze has agreed terms with Spurs? Agreed terms with Spurs? You stupidos da merda. Nada muda nessa merda, pá. É sempre repetir a mesma porcaria every season. The only thing that changes is the date. It's the same merda. And this flipping Spanish paella breath, danky fucking tapasi hamoni chorizo in his fucking mouth, talking rubbish. Oh, but look at the defensive display. Defensive display, filho da puta. Defensive display. Oh, we're going to rely on the defense. Don't worry about the creativity in the goal. We're going to rely on the defense. The same defense that was getting cooked by Ahmad, Cunha, and flipping Mbuemo. That's the defense we're going to rely on. That was making Mason Mount look good. Look at making Bruno look good. Eu tô cansado dessa merda. Butter out tonight. Acabou. Eu já não tenho mais paciência. Eu já vi tudo que eu tinha para ver. I've seen everything. Já chegou no limite. It's got to the limit now. Já está aqui. Já está aqui. We are not getting Rodrygo. We are not getting Eze. That tells me everything. Berta ain't telling me, ain't changing nothing. And if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Arruma tuas malas, arruma tuas merdas e pontapé a porta tá por aí, sai dentro dessa porta e rua. Nunca quero ver demais, eu nunca quero te ver aqui, mas you are changing nothing. You were doing the same pucaria that Edu was doing. Edu could have signed Kepa, Edu could have signed Norgard, Edu could have signed Madueke, Edu could have signed Mascara, Edu could have signed most of these bums that we bought. Cool, Zubamendi Gyökeres, we needed more. You're supposed to be the sporting director that comes in and changes stuff. And if you can't control this manager, if you can't control this Spanish Victoria Beckham looking sporty spice looking flipping Spanish paella breath, then you need to go, bro. You need to go as well. I'm sorry. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And Kroenke and his son, them two. These two Phillies that put already been needed to leave. Been needing to leave. And look, I said, I don't want to hear any excuse. The whole narrative was we're going to let Eze go to Spurs because we're going to get Rodrygo. Sorry. Are we any closer to getting Rodrygo? Man trying to blind me, you know. Better go so stupid, okay? Better go so bad. I knew we weren't going to get Rodrygo. I was talking about it because it was topic. It was out there. I knew we ain't getting Rodrygo. We can't even put the money down for Eze. How the hell are we going to put the money down for Rodrygo? Now I'm hearing all these articles about, but the reason we can't get the player is because we need to sell players. Stupidos da merda. It was visé. When we were going out there buying these players, I said, we have to balance the books. We have to look, olha pro dinheiro, onde é que tá a massa? We have to balance the books, filhos da puta. Look at what Chelsea were doing. Chelsea have already made 200 M's just from player sales. And then Arsenal fans want to moan, how do they keep spending? Because they know how to sell, stupido da merda. We couldn't even sell a Ferrari on Auto Trader. That's how retarded this club is. Spastics, bro. I'm tired of this shit. Do not tell me. I was warning, man. We will not be able to keep up with this spending that we need to do if we don't start shifting players. We rejected bids for Fabio Vieira. We rejected Kivior to go to Porto. We weren't doing everything we could do to get rid of Martinelli when bids were coming in. We were rejecting bids for Trossard. Now we re-signed Trossard to a new contract. Based on what? Based on what? Because it ain't based on performances. It ain't based on how he's playing right now. The player's been unhappy under this manager. What we do? I'll give you another contract extension. I'm tired of this, bro. I am tired of this. Nothing's going to change. This season we're winning nothing. Arteta out. Kroenke's out. Berta out. Enough. Everybody was telling me, no, calma. You're getting too stressed. Stress. I've been stressed. I've been having PTSD. I've been having sleepless nights. Don't tell me I'm stressed now. I've been stressed with this club. This club here will get you on the Jeremy Kyle show. This club here will get you in a mental institution. That's what this club leads you to. Mental institution. What has changed? Tell me what has changed. The bench is still crap. What did that bench do against Man United? You think the bench is fixed? We already let Kudus go to Spurs. Who's a better signing? Kudus or Madueke? Who's a better signing? Going and getting Norgard or Spurs getting Eze? Who's a better signing? Madueke or Mbeumo that went Man United? Who's a better signing? It's a joke, man. It's an absolute joke. Eu estou cansado de estar a falar e repetir a mesma porcaria. Já chegou no limite. Berta out. I don't care. You failed at the first hurdle. Out. Rua. All you needed to do is go get a number 10, a striker, a left winger, a right winger, get another left back, get a deep line playmaker, and get a centre back. You have failed. I have had enough. I've seen enough. Arruma tuas malas and get the fuck out, bro. This whole Berta hype, I'm done with it. I don't believe in him. I don't believe in the way that he's creating this manager. I gave him enough grace to say, do you know what? Get the right players in, or the majority of the right players that we need to get in, yeah? And cool. We know this manager's going to he's going to flop anyway. We already know this. What does he do? He's going and getting backups. This is the crap that we were doing under Edu. Going and getting Kiviors, going and getting flipping Trustees, Karl Heinz, and going and getting Marquinhos, Lokonga, Fabio Vieira, all these backups. What have these backups done? Go and get Moreno. We're doing the same merda. Nothing has changed. Abruolu. I'm done with this, man. I'm done with this, bro. I'm done with this. I am done with this. What is the excuse to not be able to go get Eze? What is the excuse? The money was there. So then it goes down to priority. We are prioritizing bench players over players that actually improve us. And let's just be honest. Even if we got Eze, we're not winning the league. Let's just be honest. We get Eze, we're not winning the league. It doesn't guarantee us anything, but it improves us. So you go get Eze, you go get a Lookman, or you go get an Mbuemo, or you go and get these kind of players that elevate us. And bit by bit, you keep elevating. You keep elevating in each position. But no, that's not what we do. Don't worry, we got defenders. What is this, bro? Are we trying to protect 6'9"? Are we trying to protect Takashi 6'9", bro? So many fucking defenders, bro. Is Treyway after Arsenal? Is Treyway trying to gun down Arsenal? What's going on? Why have we got so many fucking security guards and and defenders and cameras? And what's going on, bro? What about the ballers? Where the ballers with the flair? Where the ballers put the ball in the back of the net? Where the ballers, bro? Tu tô cansado dessa merda, pá. Nada muda aqui, pá. Sempre a mesma merda, pá. Ano passa. Aqui a gastar o meu tempo, aqui a gastar os meus anos, pá. Aqui a gastar a minha saliva, a minha energia. Sempre a mesma porcaria, pá. Nada muda, pá. Porra. Tô cansado, man. Always the same shit, bro. Nothing ever changes, bro. That spasticated manager sitting in the press conference, looking like flipping John Travolta. It's BTEC Spanish John Travolta. Well, it's been 18, de 22. Los 22 años que we don't win in Old Trafford. Okay, gracias. The next one. Cala boca, estúpido da merda. 2015, we won at Old Trafford. Cala boca, pa. Estúpido da merda. All this club knows how to do is decoy. That's what they do, bro. Oh, don't worry that we lost out on Rafinha. Oh, we're gonna get Isak. Oh, don't worry about that. We're gonna get Brendia. Oh, don't worry about that. It's all decoys, bro. It's all bullshit. It's all about saving face, bro. Tired of it, bro. Tired of it. The football's horrendous. We're getting bopped off the park by Man United. We're losing every single time. There's obvious. This club never do the obvious. It's been like this for how long? We had the opportunity to sign Yaya Toure, Kante, flipping go out there, but Benzema. We had the opportunity to go get flipping Luis Suarez. He was interested. We go out there, put a stupid, retarded bid, bro. Such an idiot, bro. Idiot. The way we approach here, the transfer market, we go up there like a nitty, bro. We go up there like a flipping tramp, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Fiending for the little pennies so we can get that last hit in his veins. Oh, I've got 26p. I've got 26p for Eze. I've got 89p. I've got 89p for Lookman. Get the fuck out of here. You're gonna slap the nitty, slap the flipping coins out his head. What the fuck are you doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here with them flipping coins, bro. Am I a dickhead, bro? Move the fuck out of here with them flipping coins, bro. Come in my face about man trying to shift the man trying to move the Colombia out here. You're coming in with 26p. Get the fuck out of here. That's how we get dealt with in the transfer window. Get the fuck out of here with your 26p. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of this, man. Fucking Nitty's FC, bro. I'm tired of it. Put my massa down. Put the dinero down. Where's the bank card? Where's the American Express? Put the card down. No, we're coming. How much is it? I got 26p. Fucking retarded club, man. Spastics, man. Tired of it, bro. Tired of it. Every time I need something positive in my life, this club just drags me to the depth of hell. Give me a valid excuse why Eze should be going to Spurs over Arsenal. Give me a valid excuse. This is phase 6. Everybody been calling out Odegaard's performances. Everyone justified, oh, we can't play Diamond because he's 15. Okay, then go get the guy that can perform week in, week out. Go get the guy that can perform week in, week out, caramba. But nah, that's not what we do. Do you know what I'm saying? That's not what we do, bro. The way we try to revamp these players that have been rubbish. What are we cash converters? We're trying to convert more. Okay, just give more cash to Trossard. Based on what? Why is he getting a new contract? But then again, Why have we put Havertz on 280? Why have we put flipping Jesus on 240? Why is Odegaard on 220? Am I really surprised? I ain't surprised. We've been doing this spasticated stuff all the time. We've been doing it all the time. I swear down, even Diddy, even Cassie can organize a threesome and a gangbang easier than we can get players that are there, available, and want to come to us. Get Cassie in. Get Cassie doing deals, bro, because she could lock up all the deals with her and Diddy. She was getting all of them. She put the bait out. She got another fish. Oh, we got another one. We got another one for the free cows. How's she signing the deal? How's she getting the deal over the line? How's Cassie getting the deal over the line? Baby lotion, done. Do you know what I'm saying? Lubricant, done. Everything done. Done deal. Completed deal. But when it's us, we don't know what we're doing. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this, bro. I'm tired of this. Every time I look at this club, every time we need to make a signing, it looks like Jada Pinkett and Will Smith. It's an entanglement. Entanglement, bro. Tired of it, bro. I know this whole fan base looking like August Alsina. Do you know what I mean? They're so hurt that now they're so hurt by women. Now they like men. You know what I'm saying? Now they like them. Oh, look at Calafiori. Look at his hair. Look at the Calabocapa. Fucking done with this club, man. Done. Absolute disgrace. I'm sitting there. Big up to Lewis. Big up to Max. Big up to Jay. I'm sitting there. I'm hearing a West Ham fan complaining. I'm like, I can't even laugh too tough. Because I see, how am I feeling the same pain as a West Ham fan? All due respect, how am I feeling the same pain as a West Ham fan? Nothing to believe in this season, nothing to play for, not impressed, don't think we're going to do anything. How am I feeling the same level of pain as a West Ham fan? I can't laugh. Bro, forget about laughing at the ops. I can't laugh at the ops. Man, this fan base talk about, oh no, sir, you're always working for the ops. I can't laugh at the ops, bro. I can't laugh at them. How am I going to laugh at Spurs? They won Europa. How am I going to laugh at Chelsea? They won the Club World Cup. How am I going to laugh at them? Have we won that? How am I going to laugh at Liverpool? They're the reigning champions. How am I going to laugh at Man City? They've been dominating. How am I going to laugh at flipping Man United? How? The manager that they got rid of won more trophies than this current manager at Arsenal. And they deemed that not good enough. On their decline, they're winning Europa League. I can't, man want me to laugh at them. Laugh at them for what? I can't even laugh at Newcastle. We can't laugh at we can't even laugh at Crystal Palace, bro. We are actually the biggest embarrassment in London over the whole Premier League. But in London, we are the biggest laughing stock. We're the biggest laughing stock. I don't care what no one tells me. No one tells me. You look at the history of the club, you look at the trophies won in the past and final. We are the biggest laughing stock. We're down there with QPR. That's what we're down there with. QPR. That's what we're down there. Arsenal are the Premier League QPR. That's what we are. That is what we are. I'm tired of this, bro. I'm tired of this. And all I see from the manager, oh, Arteta, what did you think of the performance? Espectacular. El movimiento, la cintura, la manera que estamos con la pelota, con los movimientos, corriendo. Shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up, bro. I am tired of this guy, bro. Every time with the what is this with your tongue all the time to speak about? Shut the fuck up, bro. What you got in your mouth, bro? What you got in your mouth? Get the bro. What is that? It's haram. Haram. Shut up, bro. But the best defensive performance. Fucking spastic, bro. Spastic, bro. Best saliva, bro. Just shut up, man. Tired of this rubbish, bro. Oh, we won against Man United. You're not happy? Oh, nobody's happy? Cala a boca, estúpida meta. Cala a boca, pa. No, we're not happy. 6 years and no major honor and looking worse. Probably this is the worst football I'm watching. This preseason, this first game, it's the worst football. This is probably the worst football I've seen under this manager. You're asking us if we're not happy. You're asking us if we're not happy. But don't worry. Because Igal said we didn't want to expose the way we're going to play this season. We didn't want to expose it in preseason. I ain't seeing nothing so far this season. And I know it's the first game. I don't have one thing that I can say that tactically we have changed from the last couple of years that we've bottled the league or not won a major honor. I'm not hearing it, bro. I'm not hearing it. But But apparently we didn't want to expose the way we're going to play this season. Explain to me which way we're playing this season. Explain to me how Berta has transformed this club. How? I don't even think Arteta even wanted Gyökeres. He didn't want Gyökeres. And it's clear to see he doesn't want competition for Odegaard. But I could already tell you this last season, because when Odegaard was injured, the clear and obvious replacement to start was Ethan. Based on performances, based on the attributes that he brings that Odegaard doesn't have. What does he do? Now we're playing a DM there. We're playing Trossard there. We're playing everybody. We're playing Havertz there. We're playing everybody else apart from the number 10 that's on the bench. This guy don't want competition for Odegaard. He don't want competition for Saka. This is why he's going out there getting Madueke. Because he knows Madueke is going to hold bench. This guy don't want competition. He's got his favourites. And you know what? You live by the sword, you die by the sword. You want to be relying on these players? No problem. No problem. No problem. But guess what? There's no excuse this. I don't guess a bit another day. Wait to January. In January, we're gonna do the January sales. Cala boca. Your manager's got everything that he's wanted. Here's number 10. His right winger, his left winger. Don't tell me it's not his left winger, because now he gave Trossard an extension. He's had no intention of getting rid of Martinelli. No intention of getting rid of Martinelli. We all knew the most money that we could get on the players that we're looking to get rid of was Martinelli. He ain't looking to get Martinelli out the door. He ain't looking to go get another deep line playmaker. He ain't looking to go and get another centre-back that can actually perform now. Don't tell me about Mascara. He finished 12th for Valencia last season. You don't watch Valencia, and you most likely only watch Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico when it's the big games, or when it's El Clasico, or the Madrid derby. You don't be watching it like that. Most of you, 99% of you, don't be watching it like that. Don't tell me that Mascara is good enough. Don't tell me Mascara is good enough, innit? You don't know if he's good enough. I'm not hearing it, bro. I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing it. I said, yeah, why can we not scout players, why not scout players, because scouting players should have been done before the window opens. You've got months to scout. Why are we not buying the players that we want while at the same time getting rid of the players that we don't want? Why can't we do that? I'm seeing Liverpool get rid of Darwin Núñez, no problem. If Darwin Núñez was at Arsenal, first of all, he's not going for 50 odd M's. He's probably going to go for about 18 M's plus add-ons, probably about 23 M's. That's about it. And he's probably not going now. He's probably he'd have to stay at Arsenal another 2-3 seasons. Then we'll get rid of him. Would struggle to get half the money that Liverpool sold him for. That's just a reality, bro. That's the reality at this club. And this is why we always hit this wall, because we don't know what we're doing. We don't get specialists. We don't get people that know what they're doing. And then when we do, because I don't even listen, there's a part of me that thinks I don't even think Berta's getting everything that he wants. I feel like they're still showing faith with Arteta. And it's ridiculous. Arteta should have no say when it comes to players, bro. But you know right now, he ain't interested in getting the players that we need. If the manager knows that we have to sell to bring in players, he's happy with what he's got. He don't want to bring in the players. Why would you not sell Trossard? Why would you not sell Fabi Vieira? Why would you not sell Kivio? Why would you not sell all these players? Why would we not sell Reece? We can't even get Reece. We can't even get Reece. We still got Reece Nelson, bro. Man, like everybody hates Chris. What's that Coco head still doing at my fucking club? What is he doing? What's that stupid to the man that's still doing here, bro? Bro, I swear to God, bro. Reece Nelson, man, like flipping soldier boy. What is he doing here, bro? What is he doing? Nah, bro. I swear down that North London Frank Ocean looking Coco head. What is he doing at this club, bro? Why is he even here? What is he doing, bro? I'm done with this club, man. I'm done with this, bro. I'm done with this club, bro. Done with this club, bro. Ah, man. Every time I look around, all I'm seeing is idiots everywhere, bro. Stupid as I made everywhere. Palhaços everywhere. What are we doing? Fabio Vieira, bro. Look at this guy's face. Look at this guy's face, man. I'm done with these players, bro. What is he doing here? What is Fabio Vieira actually doing here, bro? We are going absolutely not. Another year of my life when it comes to football, wasted. This is why I got to have holidays. This is why, yeah, I can't be around people that are taking a piss. You know what I'm saying? I got to put my foot down. This is why, yeah, I got to maximize my life, yeah, outside of football. Because football brings me no joy. Only Portugal and Benfica, that's it. Arsenal bring me no joy. And thank God You know what I'm saying? I've seen Portugal be successful. Thank God Benfica continue to pick up trophies. Even when they're not all that, they still pick up more trophies than Arsenal. If it wasn't for them two, oh my days, I'll be done out here. If I was from Kosovo and I had another team that was like, I don't even know, man. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? Some team that don't win nothing in Kosovo, so I'll be depressed. And Arsenal, I'll be depressed. I'll be depressed. I'm not going to lie, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna get into some of the comments, bro. Where is the progression in any aspect? My biggest criticisms of this manager was your game management, your substitutions, your formation, the way you're getting the most out of players. Like, there's nothing different. There is nothing different. We are doing the same shit, expecting different results. I'm tired, man. I am tired, bro. I am so sick and tired of this club. I don't see any progression in anything. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. I really don't know. I really don't know. I'm seeing more news with Fabi Vieira getting linked. Whatever. Yeah, I'm saying we're holding out for what, 25 M's. Bro, he ain't worth 25 M's. He ain't worth 25 M's. Drop it to about 15. We can sell him. What are we doing? Listen, Rodrygo, that's a myth, bro. We ain't getting no Rodrygo. I'm seeing flipping Lookman being linked as well. We ain't shown any sign of interest to try and get Lookman. I think Inter Milan were interested. I saw reports that Inter Milan were interested to get Lookman. And then they've now... This is what we do. We allow clubs that, bro, can we go toe-to-toe with Inter Milan to go get Lookman? Not if the player has any ambition. Because if you want to win titles, if you want to win trophies, you go to Inter Milan. You don't go to Arsenal. You don't go to Arsenal. It's a joke, man. It's an absolute joke. Absolute joke. There's nothing to be happy about this season. We're seeing so many players declining. We're seeing players, bro. It's crazy, bro. It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Nobody wants to come to us. It's peak, man, bro. I'm tired of it, man. Trossard is prem-proven at not being able to be good enough to get us over the line. Not prem-proven enough not to hold down the left wing. That's his prem-proven, bro. It's a joke, man. It's a joke. Phase 6 and we took a big up Northside. Trossard, more money, but no, bro. More money for what? More money for what? For holding bench. Come on, I like Trossard as a player, but bro, he ain't good enough, man. He ain't good enough, and it's a mixture of things. You don't like the manager. The system doesn't get the most out of him. What are we protecting him for? What are we doing this for? I'm done with it, bro. Trossard is not even an issue. Martinelli not considered as potential sell is, bro. They're both issues. They're both issues, bro. They're both issues. They're both not good. Let's just be honest. Even though Trossard does have ability, and it's too up and down. It's just not been good enough. Let's just be real. If it was good enough, he'd be holding down the left-hand side. But he's not because he hasn't been good enough overall. I like Trossard. There's certain things about Trossard that I like, but he's been inconsistent under this manager. We should not be keeping him here. We're not getting the most out of the player. I don't get it. For me, they're both an issue. They're both an issue for me. But we are not getting top 4. This manager bottled every transfer season, bro. I think we're finishing 5th. The way we're playing, I reckon we end up finishing 5th, bro. You know what I'm saying? Berto is a yes man. Can't see any difference between Edu and him. You can't. I can't see the difference. I can't see the difference between Berta and Edu right now. Keeping Trossard, Martinelli now, we're cooked. It's done. It's done, bro. Berta's a clown, bro. The whole club's it's full of clowns around here. Full of clowns around here. Big up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Glad we didn't want... Yeah, well, there we go. I said Teabag's playing for you. Bro, I'm telling you. Já estou cansado, bro. I'm tired as well. I'm tired. I've been tired, bro. I've been tired when it comes to this club. I'm sick and tired, bro. I think Berta has too much of a say, and that's exactly why Edu left. I think Arteta, had too much of a say. He probably does. You know what I'm saying? Northside, I'm with you this season. This club is a joke, bro. It's done out here, bro. It's done out here. I support a club that can't buy great players and a club that can't sell for shit. I hate sports sometimes. Bro, it's mad, isn't it? It's mad. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Any player not wanted by the best team in the league is always a red flag. We need to actually stop being this fucking care home club. But bro, we did this with Reece Nelson. We let him run down his contract, didn't give him 100k. We gave Nketiah 100k because we didn't want to go out there and scout and get the right player in. We've been doing this. We've been doing this. We've been complaining about this. There ain't nothing changed. This club always does the cheapskate deals, bro. Cheapskate. It's all about cheapskate. It's all about penny. If they want to, this is what I don't understand. If you want to make money and save money, why not at least sell well? At least sell well. And the way not to waste money, yeah, obviously the biggest expenditure for a club is the money that you put down for a fee for players and the wages. Why don't you just do your due diligence in actually scouting players? Why don't you actually do your due diligence in making sure when you spend money correctly? If this club is so concerned with money, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I really don't get it. They think they're doing the cheapskate thing, but then it becomes expensive. It becomes expensive. Odegaard now is in an expensive problem because we can't get rid of him for the wages that he's on. So he's an expensive problem. Nobody is signing Odegaard for 220 at least to just balance out what he's earning here. No one is paying that wages for him. No one's buying Jesus for the wages that we got him on. It always becomes expensive for us. They think they're doing the cheapskate. Yeah, I'm saying, what's the saying? Buy cheap, buy twice. That's Arsenal. Buy cheap, buy twice. Yeah, man. Nah, I don't care. People say, oh, Berto hasn't been here for that long. I don't care, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I agree, bro. He has to... Nah, I'm not hearing it. Do you know what I mean? I completely agree with you, bro. We're absolute shambles. Top gunners will blame the board, but they forget Madueke was Arteta all over. If they blame the board, then why don't they call out the board? Do you know what I'm saying? If it's the board, then call out the board. They just say it's the board because then it's just like, okay, well, we can't do anything because the board ain't going anywhere. It's all about just they don't want to do anything, bro. They don't want to cause no change, man. They don't want to cause no change. Don't blame Berta for not being able to sell fringe players. It's all on the manager for winning shit all. No. We got decent bids for certain players. We could have broke even with Kivior. Why are you not accepting the bid? No, I'm sorry. I'm not hearing that. We got what? We got about 27 M's, yeah, to get rid of Kivior from Porto. Why did we not accept the bid? We would break even on the signing. That's something that we rarely do. We normally sell at a loss. Why did we not accept that? There's been bids that we could have accepted. We could have got a decent bid, yeah. Palmer, we're in for Fabi Vieira. Why didn't we accept the bid of, I think it was like 18 M's, but we wanted 20. Fuck that. He's not worth it. Take the 18 M's, move on. I'm not hearing it, bro. There has been bids. There's bids that have been put down and interest that have been put down that we should say yes. Instead, we do a dickhead thing. We start saying, no, we want more money. You can't, bro. But I don't know what we're doing here. These men want to haggle over players that don't have not even half the valuation that we're evaluating them at. What are we? We're not in these negotiations. We're not in a place of power. We've got players on stupid wages and we've bought them for a stupid amount of money to try and break even. It's not in our favor. Get a decent amount and move on and learn. But we don't learn. We don't learn. We don't learn. This club said to us that we're not going to be ripping up contracts anymore. They ripped up Tomiyasu's contract. I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired of the lies, bro. I'm tired of the lies. You know what I'm saying? Man's taking the piss, man. You guys are good to go, but it's a joke, man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. That's bullshit. Damasio said that Napoli were going to offer 20 M's for Trossard, and Arsenal said, no, I didn't hear that news. I was talking about other news. I don't know about that one there. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, Odegaard, I think, is the only player we could move on for his wage because in a better coached attack, Odegaard would cook. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I do not know about that. What team are we gonna play 220? Serie A teams ain't paying 220 for Odegaard. The Spanish clubs are not playing 220 a week for Odegaard. Bundesliga's not paying that. Ligue 1 ain't paying. Who's paying that? Who's paying 220 for Odegaard? Because let's not go on like the best version of Odegaard still wasn't inconsistent. Bro, we bottled the league. And he was inconsistent in that season as well. So let's not go on, yeah? Like, bro, 220 is a lot of money. 220 a week. You think these teams are going to be spending it on Odegaard? Come on, bro. Bayern. I don't think Bayern are paying... Bro, Bayern went and got Elise, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I heard Bayern were even interested in trying to get Eze through the door. Bro, Bayern ain't doing that, bro. Bayern ain't doing that, bro. Do you know what I mean? I don't see Bayern doing that. I'll be real. I don't see Bayern paying 220 for Odegaard. Maybe 100k. They'll probably take 100k. They'll take it. But 220 a week? I don't see them doing that. What's this? Northside, big clubs sign Kvaratskhelia and Salah. Arsenal stick with Trossard and Martinelli 2026. Wallahi, this club is finished. This club is done. This club is dusted, bro. I'm going to put the link up. This club is absolutely finished. I'm tired of it, man. Nothing ever changes with this club, man. Nothing ever changes, bro. I am not impressed by Berta. I'm sorry, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed at the player ID overall. I'm talking about the transfer window so far overall. I am not impressed. I am not impressed. You should know exactly where we need to strengthen and what is our priorities. Yes, we needed a centre-back. Yes, we needed a goalkeeper. That wasn't the biggest priority. And even when you went and got those players, there were better players out there that you could have got. That Garcia guy stayed in La Liga. Flipping, what was it? Kelleher, he moved to what made a move to Brentford. Why are we not getting bro? Nah, I'm sorry, man. It ain't been good enough, bro. Ain't been good enough. Yeah, I'm saying missing out on Eze or to get flipping Kepa. Bro, it's waste, man. Odegaard is probably the most overrated player I've seen in a long time. Bro, did Man United prioritize Donnarumma over getting Mbeumo and Cunha? And they can still go and get Donnarumma. That's what I mean, man. This club, bro, it's smooth. And that's a Man United club that's a club that's been run trash for how long? The wages players at Arsenal is actually hilarious. You man can't sell or buy who you actually need. But you know what? This is the same regime that told us they're going to fix all of that. And now they've got us back into that system, back into that regime. Madueke plus Mascara 20 equals 70. Rodrygo asking price 70 M's. They keep Trossard, but let go Partey. Bro, it's crazy, man. Yeah, I'm saying because they're living off the revenue. If Arsenal wasn't a Serie A, they'd be done cash strapped for years. It's a joke, man. Absolute joke, bro. I'm so sick of this, bro. I'm sick of saying this. I'm sick of feeling like this towards my football club. I'm tired of it, man. I just want to see the club be successful, bro. It's a joke. Gianni, what are you saying, man?
No, I just wanted to confirm what I would put in your chat. So DiMarzio this morning in Napoli had said that Napoli was putting together a 20 million euro bid to buy him from Arsenal because Lukaku just went down with an injury for 3 months. So Napoli are in need for an extra striker since they sold Raspadori. So that was the whole reason why they went in. But Arsenal told them no because they were going to re-sign him for it. So that was the main reason why I was hopping on, because two of my cousins that know people close to the club said that bid was supposed to go in today, but it got canceled out because they didn't want to sell him. But it's the same thing. They don't sell nobody. Look, if you tally up all the money, Arsenal spent almost half of what the club is worth. We've almost spent 1.25 billion pounds in however many years, and we haven't had any sales. Long term, we're going to be cash strapped. They just got to keep hoping that the revenue for the Premier League keeps going up. Otherwise, they're going to be fucked.
It's crazy, man. To be in this position is actually crazy. Like, we're bringing in Madueke that doesn't improve the team at all. He doesn't improve the team.
Who will take a loss on two unless he has 2 world-class years.
Trossard, that's already 30 now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
and playing in the wrong position.
It's
The
just
manager. That's the thing that blows me. Trossard's a number 10 or a secondary striker. Why is he on the left wing? He never played left wing like that for Brighton. He did a job. Like, this is the problem with that whole he does a job quote. Like, oh, he does a job. Well, if he's the starter, you need more than a job. Because Martinelli's shot. Martinelli's done. He's done. We can't even play the football to get the best out of him. It's just the whole thing's a joke at this point.
I just don't get it. It just seems like panic.
It
It
is.
screams out to me of Sterling. Do you know what I'm saying? It's the Sterling deal. Oh, we left it too long. We missed out on top. Who's of it? We'll go get Sterling. That's what it seems like to me. This transfer window doesn't seem like it's properly thought out. Listen, I'll give credit for Zubimendi. I know Zubimendi was messing around when it came to Liverpool. We managed to get him over the line. Fair enough. Fair enough. We'll see how good he is. Fair enough. You got the deal over the line. That was one that dragged, but we got it over the line. Fair enough. I'll give Bertha praise for that. The Gyökeres deal, that one looked like it was dragging. You got it over the line. Fair enough. If it takes a long time and you get the player, fair enough. I'm not going to criticize it too much. I'll be like, fair enough, you got the player. But then after that, what else are we doing? We're just filling in places. We're just filling in seats. It's like being in a cinema and filling in seats.
Scattergun.
Let's
Scattergun approach.
Let's just get a 75% off. You know, when you go to the store and they're like, everything must go because the food is expiring within the next couple of days. Everything must go. Oh, when we do a massive discount, that's what we're doing. We're just giving a backup goalkeeper slot to Kepa just because. Not because he challenges Raya, not because he's a reliable backup, just because we need a slot to be filled.
Yep.
We're going and getting Norgard and saying, oh, well, he comfortably holds bench, but he fills a slot. So just fill in a slot. But this fill in a slot approach that we've had for so long hasn't got us anywhere. This whole, they can do a job. The only job, that fans that want to back this process say is, oh, but they're not going to be starters. But then what happens when they are starters? Because they had injuries last season, and a lot of these guys became starters. And then what? Oh, no, let's not think about that. Let's not think about it. You're being negative. Let's not think about it. No, but we have to think about that. Because it's reality of life. You always have to plan for the worst case scenario in everything. You have to. Otherwise, you get caught out. And this is why we get caught out. Because we don't have a plan B. We don't look for, oh, what happens in a rainy day? No, we don't do that. And this is why we was in a position where we had to rip up contracts. And now, years down the line, new regime, same ownership, but down the same situation.
Yep. And North, take one further. What team do you know that's trying to win has ever looked at it from the standpoint of let's get backups? Every team that we've ever seen try to win is getting guys that are competing for the starting positions, and whoever loses in preseason is the bench player. And then they know at least that, well, we have a starter capability off the bench that can play in their proper position. We're the only club that looked at it from that perspective to say, oh, we'll go buy a bench and fill out the bench. We'll be good like that. Nobody does that. It's absolutely freaking crazy. Look at Napoli. David Neres came in last year, was injured for majority of the season. They instantly went out and got a winger that could replace David Neres to push him to the bench because he was supposed to be a starter. They went out and got Noah Lange from PSV. And then for defense, Rahmani's getting old. They go and get Bukema from Bologna, who's their star center back. He's either going to replace Rahmani or Rahmani's going to beat him out for a year, and he's going to be the bench player. But that's the problem. Arsenal doesn't look at it like that. Why on earth would you? They're the only team ever that looks at it as we're going to go get straight bench players. But even though injuries was the problem last year, they don't want to look at it like that. They just think that the injury bug's going to go away. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's the only club that does it. Like I said, man, you take away that Premier League revenue money, Arsenal's the same thing as Juventus. They're the same exact thing as Juventus, and they'll be bankrupt in a couple years. Look at the Conceição transfer at Juve. They had to work out $30 million over 4 years. They're paying $8.5 million like a year or something crazy like that to get Conceição from Porto. It's like €8 million a year for 4 years because they're so strapped for cash. How is Juventus able to do that even though they're bankrupt, but Arsenal can't figure out how to go get a player like that for that cheap? It's ridiculous.
I hear that, Gianni. I hear that. I mean, I knew this whole like Eze thing was gonna happen. I knew that Tottenham were gonna go in for him, and this is our fault because our number one target was Eze. And what happens? Tottenham are in for him. This is exactly what happens when we are moving so slow in the transfer window because this manager was so obsessed with getting a player from Chelsea. Now he wants to try and he wants to basically use Noni Madueke because he believes that he can turn Madueke's form around. Well, guess what? His form hasn't improved since he's arrived yet, Mikel. And the fact of the matter is that we are giving Leandro Trossard a new contract extension. For what? If I'm Trossard, I'm leaving the fucking club. Aston Villa, Fenerbahce, go and play for one of them. Why do you still want to ruin your life at Arsenal, Trossard? I just do not want him to get that contract because if he gets that contract, I'm sorry. Him, Lewis Skelly and Wary, they're all going to be finished at Arsenal because Ethan Wary should have left Arsenal last season when we narrowly won nothing at this football club. And now look, he has basically like lowered himself into serving like remaining himself loyal to Arteta because anyone who signs a contract is loyal to Arteta. There's a chance Saliba could sign a contract, but he's not because Saliba is still thinking about his future because in that performance against Manchester United, he was pulled the whole match until he made that tackle because the thing is he's thinking about his future if he's going to be going to Real Madrid or not. So Saliba is still thinking about if he's actually going to leave Arsenal. But the thing is, we are in this predicament right now, Gianni. We've got two like massive games on our hands this August. We've got Leeds coming up, who are on the back of a 1-0 victory over Everton. Despite that penalty victory, that last-minute penalty from Nemeche, they're going to be playing superb football against us at the Emirates. And then after that, end of August, we've got Liverpool at Anfield, and they will absolutely dog walk our whole midfield and defense. And I'm worried because now we are in for a long season, guys. And I just think now we're going to have to settle for a top 5 spot because the thing is, I hope we get top 5 because now this will surely push Arteta out of this football club. And hopefully, if we don't get Champions League football, then that's fine. I don't want Champions League football. All I want is this manager gone and all of these hippies behind him gone. Lewis, Garlic, Berta, Cronkies, all of them gone.
Nah, facts, Macy, yeah? I'm just seeing reports here. I don't know if you guys have seen this, yeah? RB Leipzig apparently are looking at Nkunku.
Yeah.
How are Chelsea able to get rid of Nkunku? Bro, they ain't even been playing him, bro. The guy's been frozen out the team. And look, once again, another player that they can get rid of. I'm going to do a show, yeah, of all the players this transfer window so far, the rivals have sold in comparison to us. And I bet you...
You're going to be a 3-hour stream, bro.
This is a joke, bro. This guy can't even get... John, this guy can't even get a game, bro. And is still getting able to... How are they... This is what I mean, bro. Like, what are we doing? Chelsea said... Bro, I've seen Chelsea sell drink water. Drink water, bro. And make some money, bro. And we can't sell Fabi Vieira. We can't sell Martinelli. We can't sell these guys. What are we doing? We can't sell Zinchenko. What's going on with Zinchenko? Bro, I bet you any money Zinchenko's going to stay. I bet you any money.
Oh, he will. He will. Milan can't pay that. Milan's in dire straits. They can't buy him. Even the money they have to sell, they got to sell Liao off to somebody for 50 million before they can worry about Zinchenko. They're not paying that. That's Arsenal have done the exact same thing Juventus did after the old sporting director, I'm forgetting his name, Bet Marotta. When Marotta went to Inter, Paratici, the guy that went to Tottenham, took over and just started signing random players. They put Aaron Ramsey on over 200,000 a week at Juventus. We're doing the same thing. We're just living off the Premier League revenue. They better hope Arsenal doesn't land outside of the top 4, because if they do that, revenue is going to kick us in the ass.
Yeah.
Telling you,
And to continue spending like this, they damn near need to have to win the Champions League to get that huge amount of prize money.
bro.
Yeah.
We released Jorginho. We got no money for Jorginho.
Mm-hmm.
We got no money for Tierney. Do you know what I'm saying? We spent a load of money on the wages because obviously wages ain't free.
Correct.
Wages, you got to pay that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People think, oh, don't forget about the wage. No, you got to pay that. You got to still pay that. You know what I'm saying? For Sterling, whatever, cool. Yeah, Nuntavaj. That's about it.
And they shot themselves in the foot with him, because they only sold him for $4 million to Lazio when he was rated to be sold for 30, because he was one of the best left backs in Italy last year.
Yeah.
They could have paid a $2 million fine to Lazio to break the agreement and then sold him to another club for $30 million, because there were other clubs talking about buying him. They have no idea what they're doing. It's a free-for-all over there.
Man, bro, this
is all Berta's fault, because I've given Berta a lot of credit. I thought that he was going to come and change the whole mess at this football club, but it turns out we were all fooled and lied to. Now he's morphed himself into the second version of Edu. Now he's now he's basically doing the same thing Edu did, when he's giving all these players contracts that they don't deserve, and he's buying like all these useless players that we should not be getting. Listen, I'm happy that Zubamendi and Gyökeres are here, but what's the point of getting 31-year-old Christian Norgard and two more Chelsea bombs in Kepa and Noni Madueke? Like, it just doesn't make any sense, guys.
Well,
bro, we made 8 million, yeah? We made 8 million for selling Marquinhos and Nuntavaj. 8 million, yeah? Let's go to Chelsea. I got it right here. 8 million, yeah? That we made, yeah?
8 million for 190 million bought. That's
Look at
terrible.
Chelsea, yeah? Madueke, 56. João Felix, 30. Petrovic, 28.9. Leslie, 28. Drewsbury Hall, 28. Brojar, 23. Do you know what I'm saying? And the list goes on, bro. Do you know what I mean? Chelsea made in euros 231.95 million in player sales.
Yep. And that don't include the contracts too, North. Take the contracts into consideration as well that comes off the books. That's the other thing you got to look at. How much money extra is it that the contracts are now off the books? How much money did they get back from that to play with?
The only free from Chelsea was a goalkeeper, Lucas. That's worth, his valuation is 700k, and that's in euros. And they let him go to Mallorca. That was it. Anybody else here that had, look at the valuation. Some of these players, they got more money than the valuation on transfer. I know it's transfer mark, but they got more than the valuation. They got more money for João Felix than his actual valuation. They got more for Madueke than his actual valuation on transfer mark. Even Petrovic as well. They said he's valued at 20 million euros. They almost got 30 million euros. Bro, this is a joke, bro. Even Drewsbury Hall, bro. But that's what I mean, bro.
How they got that much money for him is criminal.
Like Chelsea, yeah? They're a proper club, bro. As much as we don't like Chelsea, they're a proper club, man. I envy, bro.
And I laughed those first 2 years when everybody was talking crazy about Boley. I was like, bro, you guys don't watch baseball over there. Give him a couple years to straighten that shit out, and he'll have them running like the Dodgers. And he's living up to it. He's changed the whole way that Chelsea does the youth academy and copying baseball, and the fact that now he's able to use the loan to his advantage. Chelsea's going to be a money-making machine for him. So yeah. I don't expect Chelsea to be a team that's going to be far behind Liverpool or City for long, because the way he operates that youth academy to make that much money, especially because it's pure profit, it'll be a different level with what Chelsea will be able to do.
Yeah, and the thing is that as much as Todd Bodley is American, and listen, we have this huge hatred for American owners, but look what he's done since he's took over as Chelsea owner. Not only has he bought Chelsea, he's also bought Strasbourg as well. And look where Strasbourg are at the moment. They're in a European league for the very first time in their history, and it's all because of Bodley and Liam Rossinier, the manager of Strasbourg. And Chelsea are moving pretty wild. Like they've won, like they're starting to win trophies the same way they won trophies under Roman, and now they're doing the same with Bodley. So listen, Bodley is moving like wild now with Chelsea, and hopefully, if so, we could see them challenge for the Premier League title. So like fingers crossed.
It's crazy, man. Even when you look at Liverpool as well, when you look at the outgoings, Liverpool have made 219 million euros.
Yeah.
They've sold Luis Diaz for 70. They sold Darwin Núñez for 53. They sold Kwanzaa for 35. Ben Doak, they sold for 23. Callagher, they sold for 14.8. This is all in euros. Trent, obviously, 10. And we know why. And they still made two. And that is a Trent that ran down his contract. You know what I mean? Tyler Morton, they sold for 10. Nat Phillips, they sold for 3.5. They've made 219 million euros. And Arsenal, this is a joke, man.
And they didn't spend any money last year except for on Chiesa. And Kwanzaa and those other guys are youth academy players, so it's pure profit. Arsenal is the worst when it comes to using, because now when you look at trying to recover money, you got to sell Saka and then start thinking about selling Skelly, Wanyeri, and Dowman to be able to make up that money, because those are the true youth academy players. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. Even City, quickly before I let Yasser go, even City, City have made 58.5 million. 58.5. They sold James McAtee for 25.5 million euros. Young Couto as well, they sold for 20. Peroni, they sold for 13. Even they've made more money in player sales than us, bro.
Yep. Well, also, North, take into consideration, City, I think, I read somewhere, I think City's made over 400 million on the different youth academy players they've sold. Like between Rodgers, Palmer, and all the guys that they have sold, like Tosin as well. I think they lined it up where all those guys, they've made over 400 million over the last 5 years on the youth academy players. And that's pure profit. That's what can fund them to be able to spend crazy like that.
Facts. Record money at Arsenal, kit sales and ticket price inflation. Exactly. Charge the fans. You know what I mean? Crazy. Yasser, what are you saying, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Well, how are you lot saying? You're good.
It's another day as an Arsenal fan. Yes, sir. You don't know because you're a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, you know what I found out today? Yeah, I didn't notice that. I was listening to Hook's talk earlier, and he was talking about apparently you got 32 players in your team, and obviously everyone has around 25, 26 man squad, whatever they call it. So obviously to leave it till now to sell some of these players is wild, isn't it? To think about it, and then obviously when you try to get players on top of that, that doesn't make sense, bro. The first thing I thought of when the transfer window comes in, obviously you already put the players that you want to sell for sale. You even do that before anyway. The only difference is usually is that people don't really buy them until the window opens. You know what I mean? That's what you can have negotiations beforehand. Some people do anyway. But I'm talking about when the window opens is when you start hearing, okay, this club's going for this player or this club's going for that player. We haven't heard any outgoings. Is it into Kivio or something? No, North? I think it's that player that I heard is probably Kivio might go. Obviously, you had a few Martinelli or Trossard to Saudi and all these other clubs. But all the other players that are supposed to be sold, if you're not going to get players or in the meantime, while you're doing the other deals of incomings, you can get those out. One of the reasons, for example, we haven't got Xavi Simons yet is because we're trying to move Nkunku and Jackson because of the whole UEFA headroom and whatever they call it with their FFP rules. Those are the issues. And I read earlier as well that Aston Villa is good with, they have enough headroom in PSR, but it's the UEFA rules that they need to make sure they're in within. So sales are important. And I remember seeing the list that I think it's not the list Northside's talking about, but there's a similar list that came out. They'll tell you how much each club made of sales in the last X amount of years. We had Chelsea on the list, and then you had our academy was on the list above other clubs, just our academy. Like
Yep.
I saw the list and I was like, well, wait, how could there be two Chelseas? And I realized that the sales just from the academy they've put on their own bracket and showed us roughly how much it was. And before I end it, what's it called? Omari Hutchinson's an example. He went to free. He went for free from obviously Arsenal to us. We played him, I think, a game, I think, if I remember, or two, couple of minutes off the bench. We then sent him on loan to Ipswich, and they wanted him back, so we sold him for like profit, if I remember, like 12, 13 million, whatever it was.
Yep.
And then he's now gone to Forest, and we got a sell-on clause. I think 3.75 million we got from that as well. And he was sold for around 37.5, which means he would have been in your top X, or even might have been your the highest sell player. So this is two clubs making money or profits from a player that they had. And then you have another guy called, was it Aiden Heaven? He went to United for like 2 million, was it, or something like that. They can sell him for way more anyway. So it doesn't make sense. So even the names Northside named from City, besides like a young Kuto and that, they'll start naming names that you didn't even know that are going for 10 million. We sold Humphreys for 13 or 12 million to Burnley. He never played a single game for us, bro. I only knew he played for us because of FIFA. Because I remember seeing him in the career mode with all the kids at the That's how I knew who he was. So selling is important. And I remember Igal saying that. I remember when the Jesus news came out that he potentially, Berta is exploring whatever. I don't know how the word's called, but they're saying they're exploring deals for Jesus. And then he was saying that it was called that Berta's changing the way the club runs, and I'm like, well, he's still exploring. It's midway through the window. He should already had options out there. Either sold it. You can't say someone's done something until he's done it. Do you get it? If you had all the sales done, everything was sorted, we can come and say, you know what, Berta's doing his thing. You factually have proof to show that he's doing his thing. We're not seeing any of that. You know what I mean? It's like, there's nothing being done, but we get told he's cooking, bro. The last person I remember that was cooking was Edu, and he burned his food.
Yeah, and
he burned his food, so I don't know, innit?
I hear it, man. Man, like Bay Ledge. What you saying, bro? First time on the channel. What you saying, bro?
Yeah. Shout out Northside. Thank you for the acceptance. Honestly, big up Yasser. Man knows a couple. Man knows Yasser and that. And then big up the rest of the man them on the panel still. Man, just locked in, man. Literally, I've been watching what you man been saying, and yeah, man, bro. The transfers with Arsenal when it comes to us selling players is absolutely diabolical, bro. Like, bro, what Northside was saying earlier, talking about Odegaard and that. Like, we're not selling Odegaard. Odegaard ain't going nowhere. Martinelli ain't going nowhere. To be fair, the deadwood that we have, Lakonga, like, none of them are going anywhere, bro. People just need, like, forget about, bugging out at the club, thinking, yeah, we need to sell these, man. Listen, if we're not selling any good players, no one's going anywhere, bro, because we need money. We need to sell players. And exactly, the guy in the middle, I don't know your name, my bad, in the middle of the screen. Yeah. You were talking earlier still. And I was like, yeah, no, everything you said is right, bro. It's especially with the Juventus thing. And them man giving Aaron Ramsey 200K a week. It's the same thing over here, bro. But there was one thing I disagreed with Northside. He said Bertha's moving like Edu. I don't really agree with that one there, I don't agree with that one there, Car. If you look at the contracts Bertha's handed out, they're not the same. They're not the same as what Edu used to hand out. Bertha gave Zubimendi 75K a week. If it was under Edu, that would have been 150. If like straight up. Who else? What's his name? Yoker is on 200. If that was under Bertha, that's 300K a week. I mean, if that was under Edu, that's 300K a week. Even Noni Madueke, he's on 50. Like, there's a couple of deals that
Yokeres at Sporting was on what? I think he was on like 40K. We didn't need to boost up to 200. Do you know what I'm saying? We didn't need to boost up to 200. A player that's not even Premier League proven. We didn't have to do that, to be fair. We could have gave him like a 130, 140. We didn't need to boost the 200. I'm just saying, I hear what you're saying with the contracts, bro. But at the same time, yeah, what are the priorities? The priorities are not starters. We've seen that, which is Edu-esque. We're not going out there and getting players that nailed on start. Yes, you can say Gyökeres and Zubamendi, cool. But the majority of the players that we get, Mascara doesn't start, Kepa doesn't start, Norga doesn't start, Madueke doesn't start. That's very Edu-esque. So I'm not saying in every single aspect, but he's still doing a lot that's Edu-esque. And this is supposed to be a sporting director that we're like, yo, we're putting him next to Simeone and saying, you're also a big reason why Atletico had so much success. So when you're coming over here and then you're doing things that remind us of multiple things that remind me of the previous sporting director, I'm like, you're moving like Edu. Okay, cool. You're not putting players on the most ridiculous wages. But bro, that's the bare minimum. You should be able to negotiate that. We're supposed to be on phase 6. We're supposed to be the team that's finished in second 3 times in a row. To be fair, yeah, the project should be able to be at a place right now that it sells itself. That's where it should be at. If this is such a successful system and project, phase 6, we should already be like, yo, players want to play for us. We don't need to be selling it to you because we've done this, we've done that. It's not because it hasn't been successful. So then we're overcompensating and giving Gyökeres a bit more money than what we really needed to give him. Do you know what I'm saying? Because let's be real, if he doesn't kick off, yeah, his next contract, yeah, will be what? Will be in the same range as what? Odegaard, the same amount of money as Havertz. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the type of money he's going to want to be demanded. We didn't need to do that. Do you know what I'm saying? I know he's been successful, but it's in the Portuguese league. We could have just been like, yo, listen, you're getting a big boost. We'll give you maximum 140, but you're getting 100k more than what you was getting at Sporting.
You're right. North, you're right. You know, you're right. You know why? You know why? Sorry, North. You know why you're right? Because he wanted to come.
He wanted us, bro. Do you know, he wanted to come.
Exactly. He wanted to come, so he could have gave him less money. That's the only reason I'm with you with that, yeah, because he wanted to come, so he would have taken 130, 140, 150. He would have taken that. Like if he was thinking about it, obviously you might want to slap a bit more money on him. But because he really wanted to come, you could have given him anything, bro. He was giving away money from his own bank account to come. I remember, dude, bro, when the Here We Go came, I found out that his agent said, oh, you know what, I'll waive this fee too, just to make sure they get the rest done. So the little bit of money that he gave out, like whatever, that I don't think is that deep. But I think Arsenal is going to find out they have way more problems in a year or two. Because the reason I'm saying that is because you've never sold them, and the players you have no value. You haven't sold them at the right time. No, wait. No. Forget about the Saliba and the Gabriel. Like, these men are calm. Like, I'm not talking about your main 11, innit? But as part of the main 11, or the people on the bench that there isn't really any value in, and you don't sell well anyway. So even if they were rubbish, you're not really gonna sell them for good money. Like Trossard, Trossard has a name in the Prem. You could have shipped him off time ago. We could have sold him for 40. You're lucky if you get 10, 15 million if Arsenal sells him. That's what I'm trying to say. So how are you going to recover that money unless you sell one of your big players? Well, you're not supposed to do that in phase 6 or 7, whatever it's called. In these amount of years, you're supposed to be there, innit? As in, everyone that you got in your squad's worth very good money. And if you do need to sell one, you sell one and you're chilling. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I'd argue, but Yasser, here's the thing. You're right about Saliba and Gabriel, but besides those two, who are you selling where Arsenal's actually going to recover the dough? The only ones that we have to do that is Wanyeri and all the young kids that are coming out of the academy that look like they're good. You are not going to get anywhere near 40 million pounds for Havertz. So you're already losing 24.5 million pounds on Havertz, plus playing the crazy wage. You're not going to recover 40 million for Odegaard because of the wage. So even the big name players you're losing money on because of how high the salary is. That's why at the end of the day, the only person you're going to make money off of is either you sell Dauman, you sell Wanyeri, sell Saka. Saliba, his books are paid for because it was 30 million euros back when. So you'll make money on Saliba. But besides that, you're either breaking even or taking a loss on the player. And really, if you break even, it's still a loss because you still have to pay out the finances for his contracts.
Exactly. Look, breaking even makes no sense to me personally. I'm not gonna lie to you. There was another thing Yasser, not Yasser, North said earlier. He said, "Oh, we should have broke even on a Kyrgios sale." I'm thinking, bro, if we break even on a Kyrgios sale, we're moving exactly the same way on the Edu, bro. We're not making no profit and we're breaking even. We need to set a precedent moving forward. And if you're accepting offers that are basically break even for a player that is basically Premier League proven, that's literally showing the exact same attitude as when Edu was here and 10 years ago was here. So you're not making a difference. We have to reject those silly little offers for players like Kiwi.
But bro, I hit bro, you can't sell a Corsa at Ferrari prices. The problem goes down. The problem is not that. The problem is the players that we're flipping recruiting, bro. Like, it's the truth though, isn't it? Like, if you got an older model iPhone, there's only so much you can demand for it because it's an older model, isn't it? So this is the problem. The problem came back from when we recruited the player, when we signed the player, and the money that we put the player on. That was the mistake. So now we're trying to rectify a mistake. I hear that you want more money for a player, but you can only sell for the going rate. If I sell my car right now, I have to go on Auto Trader and I have to see what the car of my reg, of my mileage, X, Y, and Z, and the condition, what they're going for. I can say I want 3K more on top of that, 5 grand more on top of that, but that's not the market. We're trying to do that with players that have not been good enough, bro. That's the problem. We're trying to go in, oh, we got a Fiat Punto. Oh, do you know what? I want to sell it for the same price as a Range Rover. It ain't
bro,
working.
I disagree with that, bro. These men are coming in for Kirio. They've come here and said, yo, we want Kirio. So
but
if
they're
you want
not, they're
Kirio,
underbidding. But that was the best bid that we received for him, which is my point. Nobody's going over that valuation for him because he's not on that level. That's my point. Nobody's overpaying. We're going on like we're I'm not asking Arsenal to, when I say break even, is because I already know the players are dud. That is why. Do you get me? And we don't have the people inside this club yet to get those players for better money. Bro, we used to be, even look at the way that Crystal Palace were like, yo, we're not buying Nketiah for a certain price. We held on to Nketiah for time because they knew he wasn't that guy. Yep. Do you get me? Yep. Look at the way that Fulham, yeah. We've been trying to sell Reece Nelson to Fulham, yeah. They're like, we are not paying those wages, bro.
But they want him back, bro. They want him back,
bro. Yeah, but not on £100,000 a week, bro.
Oh, loan.
Reece Nelson don't deserve £100,000 a week. If you're telling me Trossard was on 90.
But that's Edu's fault though. That's got nothing to do with Bertha and like the current standing. Like you can't blame Bertha for Reece Nelson being on 100.
Yes, but you can find a way around it.
But we're not blaming Bertha for that. What Nord said is the transfers for this specific transfer window is Bertha is moving very similar to Edu on how the things are getting done. It's not that we're blaming Bertha for everything that happened beforehand. Bertha has to come in and correct the issue. We all understand that. But the problem is that for him to go and rectify the issue, you can't move the same way as Edu. That's the definition of insanity to keep doing the same thing. Madueke, when was Madueke ever worth £50 million? Let's be honest. When was Madueke ever worth £25 million?
It's the going rate. You have to go with the going rate of the market. You can't argue
Madueke is never worth £50 million. That low of output for 50 is not worth 50 million.
Bro, Kudus had 2 involvements less than Madueke.
Okay, if you're talking about the going rate, yeah. If you're talking about the going rate, yeah, why can't we then? But then why can't Bertha be able to sell these players for the going rate? Why can't we sell Martinelli for the going rate then? Because we can flip it back the other way. So if you're saying that you don't want to break even,
you know why we can't sell Martinelli for the going rate? Because he's on 180. Bro, he's on 180 a week, bro. That's not Bertha's fault, bro. That's Edu's fault. Look, one more thing. Even regarding this Edu thing, man, just seen breaking news now. Edu's wants Douglas Luiz to Nottingham Forest. Bro, this guy is doing the exact same thing. He's signing bare Brazilians, taking them to Nottingham Forest, taking them to Arsenal, just giving them whatever they want. Like, it's madness, bro. Edu is a cunt.
The Forest fans won Douglas Luiz, though. The Forest fans won him.
All right, that's Forest fans. We wanted him as well. When Arsenal were in for Douglas Luiz, everyone wanted him. But the issue here, what I'm trying to say is, he's literally doing exactly the same thing what he used to do at Arsenal.
Yeah. But Edu can't do that under Marinakis, bro. He's not the crunky. You know what I'm saying? He's not a crunky,
Greek
bro.
mafia over there.
Yeah. But I'm talking about, if he messes up too much,
he'll disappear over there.
Yeah, you can't.
We take a loss in a lot of the player sales, innit? So the bare minimum I'll accept for players I know are not good enough is break even, because I know the damage was done before Bertha got here. So then at least do that. If you can't do that, then cool. I'm all for us getting more than the valuation of the player. But we did this with Fabi Vieira this transfer window. We received 18 million pound bid, and he said, no. And this goes to my point. Then he's like, yo, we want 22, 23. Nobody has come in for that valuation. You have to just take the L. Yeah, it's not the biggest L because we ripped up Tomiyasu's contract, so we received nothing on that. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not the issue that you created, but you're bringing us some funds that we can then use to go forward. Do you get what I'm saying? And then going forward, don't get me a Norgard, don't get me a Kepa, because with Norgards and Kepas, we're going to be back in the same situation. With Madueke's, we're going to be back in the same situation.
Norgard's never leaving Arsenal, by the way. I seen his interview. He was gassed to be there. He never leaving, you know. Man said, yo, 31 Arsenal.
Bro, he was looking like
bro, 31 Arsenal are calling you to play Champions League. You never heard that music before, bro. He's staying. But this is the thing. This is the problem, though. This is my thing, yeah. You know, if you look at it, cool, you can break even or even make a loss on a player. But then the other profits that you make cover for that. So if we sell 3 players, we might let's say Sterling, we get rid of him for a loss for whatever reason. Even if I think he might end up staying if he doesn't go to any of the other clubs, because we have a similar problems with you lot when it comes to him. He's on high wages, he wants to stay in London and all that. But I'm saying all the other profits that we make, we can take a loss on this player, or we can take a loss on another player. This is the point. The problem is you haven't just Bert has come in. If you just bought all these talented young players that might be, might have good potential, might be able to help the team at the moment, and also be something in the future, cool. You might have a potential asset in terms of, you know what, if it doesn't work out, I might still be able to sell him for a little bit more than I bought him. Right? Similar to what we're doing. The problem is you're getting someone for the highest amount you can get him for that moment in time, let's say in a no guard. And then if he ends up staying and he leaves for free or any of those excuses, you've lost money because you can't sell him for. You're not going to be able to sell no guard for 20 mil, quick 20 mil when he goes. You can't get any of that for him anymore. Do you get it? That's the problem. And if you take losses, sometimes it's fine if you can cover those losses with the other profits that you bring in. So you have other players that you're selling. If I'm looking around, there's no one on your bench that you could really make money off. Havertz, obviously, with less game time, people are going to know, you know what, yeah, we can get Havertz for cheap because, well, not cheap, but you get the point, cheaper than what his value is right now. He's not a starter. He's not going to start ahead of Gyökeres. We might be able to get him out of there because he knows, you know what, he might not start. At some point, he might not be comfortable sitting on the bench for too long. They see it as an opportunity. They don't see it as, you know what, he's a good player. We need him. Let's see, we can pay the money to get him out of there. This is the difference. So they're not going to put more money down. They're going to say, can we get him for less what he's worth because he's not wanted or he's not starting? This is where your negotiation skills are important. And I don't see it.
The problem is Berta's not operating like a true Italian. He needs to go back to He needs to go back to the bookies and learn how to actually run some fucking business. Ain't nobody gonna run a business that's constantly negative like that and wait for the revenue money to come in on the back end. That's the problem with Arsenal. You can't keep betting that you're gonna cheat the system because you ain't beating the fucking system. That's how it always works. It's the same thing. You think you're going to Vegas with $1,000 to walk out with $1 million. The house always wins. You ain't walking out with shit. You're lucky if you keep half of your money. And that's the problem with Arsenal. We're just letting it drain out because we're not smart with it. Well, and honestly, the other problem is Arsenal doesn't do anything that's successful from the other clubs. Again, I said everybody was dogging out Chelsea with what Todd Bowley was doing with spending crazy money. The flip side that everybody didn't pay attention to is Todd Bowley took the brilliant way of dealing with youth academy like how baseball's done. In baseball, every single team, all the teams have 3 minor league teams underneath there. Every baseball team has anywhere from 120 to 150 scouts. 75 of those scouts is for you to figure out how to get a better player or how to draft properly. The other 75 is what you can move a different player for money so your books are good at the end of the year. That's what Bowley's doing with baseball. The only difference is now he has the ability to loan a player out. You can't loan players to any other teams in America. You have to either trade and take a loss or trade up and get cash for it. He's using the system to his advantage. Why can't Arsenal do that? If we have a youth academy that's churning out 50 to 75 million pounds a year, that means on the flip side, because it's pure profit, you can go and spend 150 million pounds a year to compete with the best. We're doing shoestring budget like some brokies. That's the problem at the end of the day.
Man, it's the Cronkies. It's the Cronkies. I'm sorry. Like, everything goes back to the Cronkies from when they took over this club 20 years ago. Everything stemmed from there, bruv.
Bro, that's only a certain amount. I'm sorry. I'm a Napoli
Yeah, I
fan,
agree.
dude.
I agree because that's
I'm a
all I.
Napoli fan. I'm not hearing that because here's the thing. I blame the board and the sporting directors more than the Cronkies. Napoli was able to win a Scudetto, win 2 Scudettos in 3 years by barely spending over 500 million euros for 5 years to build that team. Yeah, I'm not hearing none of that. If you got 1.3 billion euros to spend from the time Aubameyang was purchased till now, that's the sporting director and the idiocy of the board mismanaging funds. I'm not hearing that. 1.3 billion euros buys you Inter Milan and pays off 300 million of their debt. I'm not hearing that.
But at the same time, before you go, Bay, yeah, at the same time, you blame the owners for allowing the sporting director to fail at his job. I think let's say he's your manager, innit? In some point, he's your owner or manager, whatever. If you don't do the job, he gets rid of you, innit? But at the same time, the sporting directors are usually the ones that deal with the football inside. So they're the ones that say, look, we're gonna bring these players in, and these are the players. If they don't work out, or if they do work out, we'll bring them in, play them for a bit, send them on loan, and flip them, or whatever it is. You have to come up with these other ways of making money if you do want to spend more money. And we heard that they kept saying Arsenal want to be self-sustainable. That's part of it, isn't it? If you want to be self-sustainable, if you want to be self-sustainable, you should have that side thing where you just spend money, bring players in, and sell them. That's the simple thing. If you want a side hustle, don't you buy things and sell them? That's as simple as. I know that we spend a lot of money. I never shy away from it, but I've always told people that don't look at just how much we spend and how much goes out, because the owners are doing something that a lot of teams don't really do. We're not buying players and building on top of. Until recently, we didn't buy players and just build on top of what we had. We replaced the whole team and then started buying players to sell. So the numbers inflated. But then but we spent 2 billion, but we already made $1 billion, bro. So it's not
that's
one
a problem.
You already have those players, bro. You have those players to sell. You already had the academy to dot out those players.
No, bro. Like Kante went for free. Kante went for free, bro.
Oh, come on,
and
man.
that's a player that at the time, no, but Kante you could still sell. Like at the time, yes, he was started to get injured and that, but he's one of those players that you could say he won us the Champions League and all that. He was important. We could have shipped him for a bit of money. He went for free. Christensen went to Barca for free. You know, we were lucky at the time that we managed to get Thiago Silva. That was for free. But a lot of the players that we had, Aspi went for free. You get it? All these players that we had that were part of the team were getting old, and we were supposed to rebuild, but we never had the chance because of the whole sanctions thing. Do you get it? We would have rebuilt it. I know Roman would have rebuilt it anyway, but it came up with circumstances, whatever. They said we're gonna start fresh. That's why we had 35 players in the changing room jokes. They were too small and all that. That's where that came from. But we ended up being able to flip some of the players that we could. The players that had value, like a Havertz and that, you know where they went. And the other ones, we know where we shipped the rest. We could, sell them somewhere else. I've looked at recently, just because a club spends money, unless it's like Liverpool where it's starters and it goes straight into your team, you can't really look at money and say you spend this amount and that's why you necessarily have to win. It's weird to say it, and I'm not saying it to shy away from the money we spend, but it's a bit more now. It's a bit more business going on, and it's not always directive to the on the pitch. It's not always for the money that the club's spending and that they're showing Sky Sports. It's not always the club buying that to put that on the pitch right now, and that's the bit. But obviously, you have to make sure the business is done well. And the problem is that in a few years, if some players stay or they get injured, or if one of your star players get injured, all of a sudden he's not as valuable as he was last year. That's another thing. So besides the players that you can't sell or you're struggling to sell, you might have a good one that you can sell, like a Saliba, or another player that you might be able to sell for good money. Fair enough. But then you also have the players that you might not be able to move because of an injury or their current states that they're in now. So do you have to think about that? That's what I'm saying. You have to think about those other things. But either way, I gotta go. Big up Northside, Rashid,
Big up,
Gianni,
man.
Macy, and Beres. Big up you
Big
all.
up, yes, sir.
And yeah, man. Big up.
Nah, mate, it's good conversations, man. It's good conversations. We're not always gonna all agree on everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's good conversations. You know what I'm saying? Everyone sees it differently, but for me, I just see it as, I'm sorry, like people have expectation on Gyökeres. When you've got a CV in any like role that you take in a club, there's expectation. When you come to a certain type of club, there's expectation. And I'm sorry, if Berta's coming in here and we're saying he's an upgrade for Edu, I have seen improvement. Of course, I've never ever said I have not seen improvement under Berta in a short period of time. But I've also seen maybe he's losing certain debates with the board and with the manager. And the thing is, it's like, walk away. I'd respect you more to walk away because you've seen how the last sporting director was dealt. And I'm not saying Edu's perfect. Yeah, but at the same time, if you're not going to be able to do your role, walk away. You're here to bring in the players. Arteta shouldn't be intervening in that. The board should already know that if we're going to go down the route of having a sporting director, then we follow the sporting director and we get a sporting director that's already has the idea and wants to build the team the way we want to build the team to play the football that we want. You either trust in the sporting director or you don't. There's no point half-assing the sporting director. And that's what I see. I think Gyökeres is his signing, Zubimendi as well. And then the rest of them looking like Arteta signings. And it's like, bro, why is my man only getting 2 signings? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, why is he getting all these other signings? It's moving crazy for me. Like, I can't lie. Rashid, what you saying, man? You agree with?
I'm good, broski. I missed what he said. I missed what everybody said. But what I didn't miss is I saw Berta out. Fucking hell, broski. You're Berta out already.
Yeah, I've had enough.
Oh, already? Damn, bro. It's been one summer. It's been one summer, broski.
Bro, the summer's not even complete.
I mean, who are we gonna buy? Who are we gonna really buy? But look, I don't think it's only look. How do I put it? I guess I understand why you had enough, but I would still give him. Benefit of the doubt. I'll still give him another year. Do you know what I'm saying? I understand the whole thing where, like you say, you know what you're doing. You've been doing this for 11 years. Do you know what I'm saying? You should come here, hit the ground running. Everybody should respect your decision. But my bro, he came into a club where there's Kim Jong-un. You know how it runs here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has to have a picture of Arteta in their room. Anybody that doesn't, you know what I'm saying, you're not a real fan. You get me? I'll be real. You've got a lot of players in this squad that you are not able to sell. Some of them barely played minutes last season. So nobody saw them play. And some of them aren't really good enough for us to sell them at the valuation that the club sees them.
Chelsea don't have that problem, Rashid, though. Chelsea don't have
different,
that problem.
broski. That's different.
You know,
talking about
why it's
Chelsea.
different? Do you know why it's different? Because they actually consult. The thing is, yeah, we've had bids. It's not like we haven't had bids. We haven't accepted bids because we're overvaluing players that don't have the value that the club is valuing them at. Yeah, and that doesn't go down to Berta for why we have those players. But when you see decent bids for players, take it. Because do you know what it is? Yeah, it reminds me of Nketiah. How many years, yeah, did we have decent bids for Nketiah? Reject.
Crystal Palace.
Yep. Us to then sell him for the bids that we rejected because we were overvaluing a player that wasn't of that level. So I'm seeing the same nonsense that we did with Nketiah we're doing now. Do you know what I'm saying? Get rid of the player, Berta. I'm not blaming you for these players being here that are already here. But do you know what I do blame you for? Not accepting the bid. You should already know their market value and you should already be like, listen, you should go to the club and say, listen, they haven't been informed. They're not part of the first team. They're not pivotal to the team, to the club. Yeah. And they're on wages that the clubs that are interested in feel like they're very pricey for the wages that they're on. We need to listen. We need to reset or take the loss. This club, do you know why I'm not accepting it? This club had no problem ripping up contracts before. And we ripped up Tomiyasu's contract. So why are we not just breaking even then? If people want to back ripping up contracts here, then why don't we just break even? At least you get the money. At least you get the money that you invested back in terms of the transfer. Then you can use that money. He knows that we need to get numerous players. I wanted about 5 players. Yeah, 5 players. That I'm like, yo, these are pivotal players that walk in. We only got 2 out of the 5, and I don't even believe we need 5. We need 6, and you've only got 2 that get into this team. The rest of them, Norgard, the next El Nene, Madueke is going to be the next flipping. The next Reece Nelson. Do you know what I'm saying? Kepa's going to be the next flipping Carl Hein. I can already see it, bro. So I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, bro, like, I'm sorry, yeah? You've had bids come in. You know the problem at this football club, and you're not resolving enough problems for me. I never said, yeah, that I expect Berta to get 100% of everything I wanted. But you haven't even got 90% of what I wanted. And we all know what the problems are. And you're adding to the problem, getting bench players, bro.
No, you know why we're not selling as well? Listen to this one. You know why we're not selling? It's because if we sell a player, like, for example, how much did we buy Zinchenko? We bought him for like what? 45? Was it how much? 45, 35? Something like
Yeah,
that,
it was a
38?
lot of money.
You only get 10 for him. You only get 10 for him. If we start selling like that, everybody will turn around and be like, yo, Arteta really did a shit job on bringing these players. So everybody will clock. So that's why they're keeping them. You get what I'm trying to say? It's the save club face. Because there's a lot of players here that we were talking before summer started, yeah. We were talking, not me and you, but like other people. We were talking about other people, yeah. And they were like, Martinelli will get 60 million for him. What? 60 million? I hope Boyton's in the chat. 60 million? Are you stupid, bro? Martinelli, you get for 35, 30, 40, take it right now. You can't get that kind of money for Martinelli. I know you get money for him because we bought him for 7 million, but you get what I'm trying to say. You could have got way more money for Martinelli 2 years ago if you really knew how to evaluate the situations. Where, like, look at Liverpool. They saw that Diaz, Diaz is kind of dispendable. You know what I'm saying? Let him go. We still got Gakpo there. He can do a job until we get someone else. We've already got Salah that can bag us 20 goals, 20 plus goals. We can get Isak that can do nearly the same, and we can keep that left wing, even though he's a bit, you know what I'm saying? And even he's bagging, I don't know how. But the point is like, they can sell like that. We've got players in our team. For example, the reason why we can't sell Ethan and these players is because Ethan should be starting in this team. Chelsea do that because they already had 11 players that can start and 6 players on the bench already. Top class, world class players. So the players that they get from the academy, they can look and evaluate. Hey, I don't know, we can let go of this player because we already got X player. Do you know what I'm saying? We don't have the luxury to do that. But I think it's because they don't want to. The amount of players we can go right now. Kivior, how much do you think we'll get for Kivior? 2 good games against Real Madrid. That's what I heard. How much do you think we'll get for Kivior? 17.
15 million euros, not even pounds.
Well, you're saying that, but we rejected 27 from Porto. This is my point.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing. Yeah.
This is why I'm complaining, because we would have broke even. And you, this is exactly my point. When man are telling me, yeah, Bay, and listen, I like the discussion, innit? You know what I'm saying? I like the discussion. I like the fact that we can challenge each other on our points, yeah. But this is the point that I said to Bay, yeah. Bay Ledge, I said to my guy, yeah, I said, yo, he goes, why can't we get more than the valuation? You man evaluating them at 15 to 19. We got a bid of 27 and we're rejecting it. It's like, bro, we don't even value him at the bid that we got for the player, and we're turning it down. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know about that one. Was that maybe that's an Arteta one? I'll be real. That's an Arteta one. I'm gonna be honest. That must be, bro. 27. Fuck no, let him go right now. I didn't know he's 27.
I don't know any
hear
team.
about that
I don't know any
one.
team that keeps a secondary center back when you're offered 30 million.
Guys, no, real talk though, guys. We need Kiwior though. He's our best backup defender. So
whoa, we got Mosquera. We got
Mosquera.
Why
No way. 10 million.
Mosquera's better than him.
Mosquera's shit.
No way, bro. Nah, man. Listen,
They're
Mosquera's
both
probably
shit.
faster than him. Mosquera's probably faster than him, but we ain't seen Mosquera play. We ain't seen Mosquera.
Did you see Kivior?
Mosquera sucks.
The Crystal Palace goal, was it Crystal Palace goal? The Villarreal goal. The one that he let it bounce.
Yeah.
There is Sunday League players that won't let that one bounce.
Oh,
Sunday
come on,
League.
man.
I'm telling you right now, I know it's not just one game that you judge upon, but Kivior had a couple of games that were good. And if I asked you, if we really went through the games, me and you, you'd see some mistakes there. I can account you mistakes against Real Madrid. It's just that they didn't score them. Do you know what I'm saying? It's when they don't score, people will be like, oh, that's not, they forget about the mistake. You know how we are, we're reactionary. Now we beat Man United, we move on, we lose, and then we'll act on that. It's all about that game. But I remember this guy against Man United gave the ball back to Dalot or Dalit or whatever his name is. He should have bagged that one, bro. You remember that one? I've counted shit for this guy. He doesn't look like a defender anyway. The only thing this guy's only got game. And I don't know how he got his thing. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing he's good at, babe. Okay? That's the only thing. A football, as a defender, I don't know. I don't think he's his position. I don't think his centre-back's his position. maybe somewhere else on the pitch. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe not centre back, because he's not completely shit. Because I've seen a couple of through balls and balls over the top that shocked me. Do you know what I'm saying? Better than our midfielders.
Bro,
Rice can't do that shit. Do you know what I'm saying?
not gonna lie, though.
But Mosquera's, do you know what I'm saying? Very good defender, I'll be real. I know you're gonna be like, come on, Rashid, you only saw him for a couple of minutes. You're gonna see this guy.
Rashid, he lost his place to a defensive midfielder at Valencia because he was so shit at the back line last year.
Yeah, but the bar's low. We're talking about Kivio here. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you were talking about Mosquera. I'm like, Mosquera is shit, dude. He's not that
the bar's low. Come on. It's like telling me.
Rashid, no, real talk.
Left back to Calafiore. Go on.
Now, with the Maresca thing and the Kivio thing, right? All right, cool. Yeah, we rejected 27 mil for him. But let's be realistic, guys. If we reject 27 mil for our best backup centre back, who are we going to replace him? It's not going to be injury-prone Calafiori. It's not going to be out of nowhere Maresca. It's not going to be injury-prone Ben White. Like, bro, we need to keep him. So if
that's why you need a scouting department. Arsenal's had a shit scouting department since after we won our last Premier League. Yeah. How many years did we needed a defensive midfielder? We tried to go get a midfielder like Cesc Fabregas, who's not physical enough to win the ball.
Exactly what I said. Why can't we go get Guehi? Thank you. They want to sell him.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're the only club that tries to talk about buying backups. Why can't we go get somebody who's going to give our starting two center backs a run for their money? Again, look at Napoli. Exactly. Napoli is not even a third of what Arsenal is as far as worth. We went and got the real star defender from Bologna for 30 million. He's going to compete with Buongiorno and Rahmani. We're not buying a guy that's considerably worse than our two starting center backs like Arsenal's doing. You don't fucking do that. Liverpool just won the league. They got players that are already getting into the starting 11. Why can't we do that? If we have the money to do it, that's what we should be doing. We shouldn't be looking at it, here's our starting 11.
Come on, Gianni. It's pool. We don't have that kind of pool. Oh, you're talking about Gui, yeah? Gui, great defender. I like him.
Yeah.
You're not getting him. You're not getting if Liverpool
because
are in
Liverpool
the conversation, we're not getting him.
Yeah. Because Liverpool want him. The only way we get top players is we overpay them. That's the only way we can get a top player is we overpay them.
Well, we act first. Now, how long are we into the window? If we acted first when they were looking at when they were getting
we
could have got to play over the line, but we don't.
We had bigger problems, North. We had bigger problems to deal with. We had the left wing situation, the midfield, the creative spark situation that we didn't deal with. Bro, these guys made the Gyökeres deal, run so long and make it sound like they can't send someone from the Arsenal staff or whoever works with Berta to go make a deal with Crystal Palace for who? For Eze. Nobody wants Eze apart from us and Tottenham, bro. Nobody else. We can bully anyone that can come in. If we're talking about Tottenham, we can bully them. We can beat Tottenham to Eze. But nobody went for him because we were too busy for Gyökeres. Somehow, it's only Arsenal that we can only deal with one transfer at a time. And that transfer takes 13 days. I don't understand. I really don't understand. And then they make you like make it so complicated that someone like me that doesn't know much about these negotiations. Oh, you don't know how it is. You don't know how hard it is to negotiate with these players. There's some things that you guys don't understand. Well, I'm sorry. Why is it easy for Liverpool? Why is it easy for them? Why can they deal with an Isak situation and go for Gueye and other players? Do you know, why is it always us? But that's what they'll tell you, bro. I'll be real. When it comes to that Kivio situation, bro, 27, I don't understand, bro, how we did not take that deal. But apparently Arteta wants him. And you know what? It's not just Arteta. Man in the chat have been telling me he's actually decent. Bay's been telling us he's actually decent as well. They made him Kivio. They made right, innit? They made him sound like he's a decent defender. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm right. It doesn't matter. You'll see. Everybody will see this guy when he's on the pitch. The drop off from him and Gabriel is insane.
That's the part. That's the part is the drop off. That's the part.
You're misconstruing what I said. Look, as a backup defender, Kivio is okay for Arsenal. We've seen him play, right? What I'm saying is We can't be getting people like Maresca to jump in the team and say, oh, that's the replacement. We need to be getting a Gahey or someone like a Canute. Go to one of the top teams and get their centre backs. That's what Arsenal need to be doing. But a Kiwior, if we're gonna sell Kiwior, sell him for more than he's worth, or forget about breaking even. Like, we can't sell our best backup defender for quite literally nothing, and then there's no one to replace him. That's what I'm saying. Like, think about it. We're literally just going around in circles.
Yeah, but really and truly, at the end of the day, you can only sell a player for as much as clubs are willing to pay. And at the moment, they only want to pay 27. So if you sell him for 27, then you sell Martinelli for like 40 M's, let's just say.
But you know Martinelli ain't going nowhere, bro. Come on.
I agree with you. But what I'm saying is, there's multiple players that we need to sell. So if you sell decently with a couple of players, that covers that player plus more. Do you get what I'm saying? The thing is that we don't sell any player at decent money, and then we're just re-signing players like Trossard to a new contract. It just doesn't. Do you get me? There's ways around it, bro. Do you know what I hate? Yeah. Do you know what I hate? Yeah, Baylage. Yeah. Is that we always see other teams find solutions. Man United is supposed to have no money, find solutions to get certain players in, and they've improved. Let's be real. They've improved that performance. They've improved. Mbuemo,
they played well, bro.
They're looking better, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? They're going to add Amad Diallo, going to start games, I expect. Do you know what I'm saying? They're going to look a lot better. Chelsea, they always find little loopholes. How can we get the most? How can we utilize the youth academy to generate more money? So the owners don't have to keep pumping in money. We generate more money. Do you know what I'm saying? We generate our own success. How do we sell well? How do we scout well? Do you know what I'm saying? What players are we going to bring in? What is the plan? Okay, cool. Let's stick to that. We don't do that. I feel like this club spends more time propping up merchandise and coming up with excuses than coming up with solutions. That's what's what upsets me about Arsenal. We spend more time about complaining than actually working out solutions. Everybody told us about the bench not being good enough. What have we actually done? When we look at this bench here, we've got our best players coming off the bench to impact a game. I'm talking about winning a game, not defending a lead, winning a game. Is two youngsters. How is that fixing the bench? We look at that United game, and I'm like, how is this bench fixed, bro? I can't see this bench impacting the game. And then he had Darman wasn't there. Let's just say for whatever reason, maybe he had something he had to do. Let's just play devil's advocate. He couldn't make it for that game. At least use Ethan. Then I can say, okay, you're learning from last season. You're learning. Odegaard isn't doing well enough. Second half, he was even worse than the first half. Cool. You're off. Ethan's on early. And don't bring on Ethan in the 80th minute. Bro, Bun bringing Ethan on the 80th minute last season. He ain't bringing him on at all. Like, how is this progression? Like, this is regression. I mean, and that's what's the
because Ethan pissed him off. Maybe Ethan pissed him off because he wanted that central role. Do you remember when he signed the deal? This conspiracy theory, by the way, guys. I don't know. But like, maybe he pissed him off. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe he pissed Arteta off because. And do you know what they'll tell you as well? I just wanted to tell you that they'll be like, oh, there were a lot of players that were out. Wait till we get all the players back. You guys wanted a squad, right? Not a thin squad. These are wait until the players are back, because there were a lot of players that were out. Do you know what I'm saying? And some of them, well, none of them could have done the job. Maybe a Gabriel Jesus, but on his day. But apart from that, nobody really can come in and do a job, bro. I hear that, bro. I hear that 100%. You know what it is? You know what it is with players, selling players as well? Is that you got to keep them playing. This is something we don't do. We have 11 players. We don't keep them playing. Do you know what I'm saying? We don't keep the others playing in order for other teams to actually scout them and see them play. We've got so many players that barely play football for this club. So how can you really sell? Do you know what I'm saying? How could you? And some people just rate these players. I don't know, astronomically. I don't understand these. Some of these players are rated more than they should by us, by the Arsenal fans. By the Arsenal fans, it's rated more than they should. And you know how this,
bro. We spent over 80 M's on backups, bro. We could have got a Guehi, and we're not even asking for a lot. Just go out, get a Guehi, sell some players, go get Eze as well. All of a sudden, bro.
Also, free agents. Why don't we tap into a free agency so it's no money against you? Your money comes at the end of the year because of a contract. There's always free agents that you could look for. There's no way a team... The perfect example of what Northside just said is Inter Milan. Look at where Inter Milan was before Bet Marotta got in there. When you look at how a sporting director actually works, they moved just like Arsenal. They had a starting 11 they were fixated on, kept getting bench players, barely got top 4. Bet Marotta comes in, fires Luciano Spalletti, brings in Antonio Conte, brings in Romelu Lukaku and Ashraf Hakimi, wins a championship within 2 years, then flipped Lukaku for a 21 million profit. They bought him for 90 and sold him back to Chelsea for damn near 115 million, and they got Hakimi for 47 and a half and sold him to PSG for over 100, for close to 100 million. That's the problem. Inter operated the same way that Arsenal did, and then when they got somebody who's competent to actually do the stuff the proper way, they turn it around. Look at how many trophies Inter Milan has won since Marotta took over. They've won 2 Scudettes, two Coppa Italias, and 3 Supercoppa Italias in the span of 5 years, 5-6 years since he's been there. There's ways to be able to do this. The problem is Arsenal makes it as difficult as possible to do something like that. That's the problem at the end of the day. We do everything ass backwards.
Right. It's just crazy.
Go on.
Look, but this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. No, sir, we're reportedly looking at 30 M's here for Fabi Vieira when Stuttgart are willing to pay 20. We're not getting. I swear we bought him for like 35. What has he done to hold his value? Can someone explain to me?
He's done nothing going back to Portugal. He didn't do nothing for Porto on loan.
That's the player he can take a loss on, bro.
He's not gonna miss it, bro.
But this is what I mean when I'm talking about certain players. You're gonna have to take your loss because the scouting failed us before we get to this position. So you're gonna have to. You can't demand something for a player that's not in demand and has not even sustained his value before coming to the club. There's nothing Fabi Vieira has done to warrant us breaking even on the player, and that's just unfortunate. But that's just the reality. Mm-hmm. So if they're coming in with 20 M's, okay, see if you can negotiate maybe 5 M's or 7 M's with like in terms of performance bonuses. Cool. Then I can say, okay, I can kind of hear it. Yeah, okay, you can negotiate that. Because they're gonna look at it thinking, okay, he's been rubbish for the last 3, 4, 5 years. Cool, he ain't really gonna do nothing. You get me? Nah. So okay, we'll do that because they probably don't expect him to hit those clauses. But cool, if he does, all of a sudden we get the extra 7 M's, you get closer to your valuation. Be smart about it. But what we do, we're not doing it.
But that's Stuttgart, bro. You can't negotiate with Stuttgart, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Stuttgart went in there looking for 20, that's all they got to pay.
But here's also the flip side. Here's the flip side. This is how amortization works. But you also got to pay attention to how amortization works with FFP and PSR. Amortization is 5 years. Chelsea was doing their thing, and everybody put it back to strictly 5 years. We've had Fabi Vieira for how long now? 4 years? 4 or 5 years, close to? So that means, due to the amortization rule, his books are paid for. So if his books are paid for, take the 20 million. You already lost money for paying the guy for 4 fucking years. Get his contract off the books. Take your money back because his amortization cost has already been close to being paid off. So you're making money at the end of the day. Yes, it's a loss from the initial purchase, but you got to put money back in. You just can't keep going loss. The losses are going to end up again. We got 200 million. We have 200 million more pounds before we have spent exactly half the worth of the club in transfers since we purchased Aubameyang. That's where we're at. That's how much money we've spent.
The list will be very long. You know what I'm saying? The list will be very long. And if it goes on the internet and his services, Arsenal fans, do you know what I'm saying? They'll become the banter. Do you know what I mean? There'll be a banter club. Everybody will be laughing at them. Do you know what I'm saying? And it will affect the club negatively. Do you know what I mean? Because let's be honest, nearly 95% of the players that we bought are all going to be losses. And we're talking drastic losses, not like we're talking Gabriel Jesus, 50 million. How much do you think we'll get Gabriel Jesus?
Nothing.
20?
Nothing. He'll go for free.
Even less than that. I think about 10.
Fucking hell no. 15 to Saudi. To Saudi. 15 to Saudi.
You better hope it's Saudi.
I don't know, bro. He must go 15 somewhere, bro. He scored.
Dude, the problem is 245,000 pounds a week is the problem. Who the hell is taking that? Nobody in England's paying him that. None of the top, Bayern's not paying that. Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Atletico's not paying that, and none of the Italian teams can afford it.
You do
and
what
PSG
other clubs
ain't buying
do.
them.
You talk to him. Other clubs, what do? Sit him down, talk to him, and see listen, you're not in our plans. If you want to stay and not be played and be sent to reserve, stay.
That's
Do you know
true,
what I'm
but you
saying?
still got to
Maybe
pay
there's
him.
something.
But you still got to
No,
pay
no.
him. That's the problem. The money don't stop.
Pay him, innit? Either way, you got to pay him, though.
Yeah,
At
but
least
if you let him, if you sell him, you have to negotiate with the other team how they're going to take the loss. That's the problem. The wage structure is the worst part about this club. I think Lee was saying earlier we're on 6 or 7 players that are making over
No, but he'll take the
£200,000
loss.
a week.
He'll take the loss if he wants to move on and continue his playing career.
Hey,
How
but look
old
at
are
Harry
these?
Maguire.
No,
Harry
man.
Maguire didn't want to take that loss.
No,
That's why
man,
he stayed at
honestly,
Man U to
this-
get paid. You never
No,
know.
you know what?
Sometimes it.
You know what,
Go
guys?
on.
This thing about fans wanting football players to take a loss, yeah, it actually does me in because I don't understand. If someone's on 100K a week, why would they, in their right mind, go to another team to get paid 50K a week? No one's gonna do it. It's the same thing happening with Jadon Sancho at Manchester United. He's on 250K a week. They've been trying to sell him for how long? They agreed a deal with Roma. Bro, Sancho was stalling for how long? Only to just reject it like 24 hours ago because Roma ain't paying him 250 a week. So it's like asking these people to take wage cuts. It's mind-boggling, bro. No one's gonna do it.
Play. Or you don't play. We're not talking about 30-year-olds here. We're talking about 20 to 25-year-old
Bro,
players.
they're big men. They're big people, bro. They're paying rent. Look, and they're not gonna take a loss.
What you just said, I agree. Yeah, because sometimes it is like that. Yeah. But that's why, that clubs have to just do things that are in their best interest, which is don't overpay, because then you can put yourself in a position like that where then the player holds the cards. I think Sunderland didn't Sunderland had like Rodwell. I think Rodwell did that with them when they got relegated years and years ago. When they did the Sunderland Till I Die, he held the club to ransom. Do you know what I'm saying? If Arsenal to ever get relegated, we'll have the whole club hold to ransom, bro. But the thing is, though, some players, were like, you know what, I haven't been playing. My stocks are going down. I used to be an international, you know what I'm saying? I used to be able to get into the international.
Now you're not.
Getting that.
Yep.
Sponsorships are going down. Do you know what I'm saying? Different players have got, the thing is, you leave yourself at the mercy of the player because different players are motivated by different things, innit? Some players, are like, I want to represent my nation and I can't do that sitting on the bench. Do you know what I mean? Or some players are like, like, I want to play in it. Like, some players have got the ego that I am good enough. They think they're better than what they are. And they're like, this club is not giving me the opportunity. Do you know what I mean? So it really depends. But some players, they'll deal with Rodwell and be like, I'm sitting bench. I know I ain't getting this money again. I'm going to sit on the paper.
How old is he? How old was he, Woodward? How old was he? Sorry.
I think it was his late 20s. I think it was in late 20s.
Makes sense.
Was it like 28, 29 when he went there?
You can't, bro. You're a professional.
You can't.
Bro.
It does. Think about it, All right, you're a professional right now. You're a professional football player. You play for Arsenal, okay? You get 150. You know you're not getting anywhere else, okay? But you're 20 years old. I understand. You're not getting it anywhere else. If I bench you for 3 years, you will never get your money. That 150 will be the last paycheck he'll get.
Bro, the next stop will be non-league. 3 years is more than the majority of the population, bro. So, bro, my man's sitting on 150 a week. It's not a problem. That's what these footballers think. Like, I'm sorry, but it's a fact, bro. You're sitting on 150 a week. Why would I leave? No one's gonna.
But after 3 years, you'll be in non-league. After 3 years, you're gone.
You can't hate the player. You got to hate the game when it comes to that. That's what it is at the end of the day.
You would have saved up and put that money into a house or something. Like, come on, man. There's so many things you can do with 150 a week that majority of the people, like fans, don't know. We don't receive that money. So tell me why anyone in their right mind is willing to take a paycheck. No one's gonna do it. I mean, pay cut. You're gonna sit down for 3-5 years, no matter what, bro. Because you're earning way more than the population.
Yeah. I hear it. He's like, these last 3 years, I'm cashing in because I know if I move,
bro. No one's gonna force me to do anything. You
look at Bale at Real Madrid. He did the same thing. Look at Bale at Real Madrid. He did the same thing.
No one's accepting that. 3 years not playing football.
Rashid, we had a lot of them kind of players here, though. Let's be real. Rob Holding was comfortable holding that bench.
Yep.
El Nene was comfortable holding that bench. They were more than happy to sit there.
Bro, they were chilling.
They were cruising. They were like,
it all depends on the players, man. It all depends on the players with that.
He had the tea in the tea biscuits.
Wait, they were like, "Hey, hold on, hurry up, man. We need to go Shoreditch."
You get me, bro? Yeah, when's the game's gonna end? When's it gonna end? When's it gonna end? Do the team talk. Let us go home. Let's go home. You know what I'm saying? But no. Come on. You're talking about El Nene, man. How much was he getting money? He stayed because he's not a player that's the best where he can really go. After that, he's going Turkey or something like that.
But that's the thing. You can't give up that.
No, but Gabriel Jesus is a good player.
United. No. On his ass, bro. Phil Jones was like,
bro.
He was
You're talking about these shit players. Of course, they're not gonna. But we're talking about Gabriel Jesus here, bro. He's a good player. He wants to play for Brazil again. How old is he? 27.
Gabby's not a good player.
Got time.
Yeah, but Rashid, you also have to take into account some of these play. You have to take into account some of these players where they come from too. That money's changing. That's why Saudi's so big. If you get to say, "Oh, I get to go sit in England," like Gabby, now his career's hurt with his injuries. I don't know how many years he's got left. I think he's got 2 years left with us. Dude, he's not going to want to push a transfer away if he's getting 240,000 pounds a week for 2 years to sit on the bench. He'll warm the bench up for the rest of the players. He'll bring the water out and everything else. You never know. It depends on the player. It all depends on the pride of the player. If the player has pride, yes, they'll take a loss and leave to go play somewhere else if they want to play. But if a player is cash hungry, they'll do stuff like that. We've seen it all the time. Look at it. Look at all the go down the line of all the players that Inter Milan had from the late 90s up until 2010 when they won the treble, on how many guys were on astronomical wages and were fine with sitting on the bench. Because A, they were a part of a good team, but B, they were getting a huge paycheck and playing here or there. It happens all the time. It's just different stages. It just all depends on the grind of the player.
Nah, I hear it, man.
I guess so, broski. You gotta go.
Yeah. I got another show in like 25 minutes. You just gotta finish setting that all up, man. But listen, big up to everyone. We'll go around. Everyone can shout their channel out, man. Gianni, start with you, man. Shout your channel where people can find you, bro.
Yeah, man. Gianni Talks Calcio TV. I'll be dropping a few videos this week. I'll be doing my Serie A prediction and Napoli in-depth analysis on our off-season and what it looks like for this season. I'll also be doing my Premier League and La Liga predictions this week as well. And yeah, man, just like and subscribe to the guys on the panel. And thanks again, Northside, for always having me on.
Come on, man. Nah, man, big up, man, every single time. Macy, big up to you, bro.
Big up Northside. Yeah. Not long left until the carnival starts, and I'm gonna be just gonna relax myself from this whole nightmare of Arsenal Football Club. Carnival's just around the corner on Sunday and Monday, so I'm gonna have fun. Hopefully,
you're gonna be catching wines, yeah?
Man's
catching
going
wines.
crazy, you know?
Come here.
Come on.
Northside's been saying that he would like me to try some of his magnums, so it would be nice, like just to give some of Northside's magnums a try.
Some icy ones.
Caribbean culture.
It's the culture. That's what you need to. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have some jerk chicken there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Macy's gonna be
listening to some music there.
Oh, I
The main thing is catching wines. We gotta get him to you know. He needs to catch a wine or two. He needs to catch a wine or two, bro.
We gotta make it catch a wine.
For the culture. You need to catch a wine. He's not all getting what we're saying right now, but he'll get it when we're there.
Big up every single time, man. Rashid, my guy. Shut your channel up, bro.
Big up, man. Big up. Arsenal Revolution TV, bro. Big up to everyone that's not. Hey, listen, this was a great show today. I'll be real. It was very interesting. Big up to the chat as well, man. And yeah, man. Hey, listen, this story ain't gonna end. Do you know what I'm saying? This season, you man will see the real. Do you know what I'm saying? You see what we were talking about for years. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm gonna do is just sit back, watch it crumble. Do you know what I'm saying? Watch it burn. You get me? Watch it burn. Watch the whole thing burn. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna do. Even throw a little cigarette on the thing, like let it just go burn straight away. Go to hell, bro. The whole thing. But burn it out, bro. Can we just talk about that afterwards? Yeah, we'll talk about that afterwards. The burn out. Is it not? That's it. That's it. That's it. Khalas, bro.
We'll address it. The end of the window as well. We'll address it again, man. But for now, I'm better out. I can't even lie. Bay Ledge, first time on the channel, man. Big up to you, man. Always welcome. You know what I'm saying? Big up. You know what I'm saying? Come on with some different opinions and that. We like it. It's good, man. It's a good conversation, man. Big up, man.
No, appreciate it. Thanks for having me, man. Literally, I didn't even think I was gonna get on, but I just thought, yeah, man, let me just try the link. Still, you know, been watching you, man, for a minute. Literally, Rashid, Northside, Gian, come on, man. I ain't really seen Macy before, but big shout out to yourself as well, man. Big shout out to everyone. And yeah, man, people can follow me on my channel, Bayledge, same thing, literally. You don't need to do nothing crazy. Bayledge Sports and Entertainment. And then yeah, man's locked in.
There you go, man. There you go, man. Always welcome, man. Big up to all of you, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Make sure you're liking and subscribing. The names are right there. Make sure you're liking and subscribing. And I'll see you guys in about 20 minutes for the Nutmeg Rush show with Deji. You already know he's going to be shameless. You know what I mean? He's going to be waxing. You know what I'm saying?
Shaking him on violently.
That whole show, I just feel like this, bro. I can't even get a word in, bro.
Shit, man.
It's Nigerian wars, bro. I don't know what it is, bro. It's like some Nigerian wars, bro. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, bro, for you Nigerians, you should be brothers, bro. You know what I mean? Bringing people together. These man, bro. I'm telling you, they're like cat and dog, man. You know what I'm saying? But nah, but big up to them, man. And yeah, man, then we're redirecting there. I'll see you guys in 20 minutes. Love. We're out.
There you go.
Peace out.